Now, the government is pushing for more inclusion of the youth in securing the country to curb threats posed by violent extremism.
At a meeting with youth representatives from all the 47 counties, the National Counter-Terrorism Center Director Kibiego Kigen said evolving technology that is often exploited by the youth is an emerging threat, hence the need to involve them in policy formulation.
Kamuche Menza tells us more.
As the country moves to review the national strategy to prevent and counter violent extremism for the year 2024 to 2029, the need to embed the voices of the young people in it has proved inevitable.
Because we find that the youth are good foot soldiers for us to address ideology, to be the foot soldiers within the online platforms, and I think that's why we're making them play a leading role.
Although the National Counter-Terrorism Center says there is no cause for alarm in handling the vice, advancements in the digital space and the state of youth unemployment could heighten violent extremism.
Tunaweza tukajiambia tunajua shida za vijana sana, lakini wenyewe wakizungumza waseme changamoto wanazozipitia katika maisha na ambazo pengine huwashauri, kuwashawishi wakajiunga na makundi ya kigaidi, itakuwa ni bora kwetu tukifanya hii mikakati.
So the situation is not very dire, but we must continue knowing that even those who hold those ideas or ideologies are not going to sleep. They are still also working towards it. Some of them have also commercialized those activities to an extent that they do it for economic gain.
Sentiments echoed by the youth attending the validation exercise of this strategy.
At the end of the day, youth, we are at risk and we make the high percentage in the population of Kenya. So if we are not involved meaningfully, at the end of the day, we are the ones who are going to disrupt peace. And we say that a nation without peace, there is no development.
Because in terms of security issues, by turning on the extremism, it's youth who are involved heavily due to the idleness and the lack of job. So we are encouraging our youth to stay vigilant.
But at the same time, for us, we train the people the best way to use the media so that, they have to verify the information, whether it is true or wrong. There's a misinformation, malinformation, as I said before.
This strategy also rallies stakeholders to actively reject violent extremism.
Makundi ya kanisa, makundi ya kidini, yote pia tumejumuisha na wameweza kuzungumzia zile counter narratives na alternative narratives. Manake dini imetumika pakubwa kupurizia vijana itikadi potovu.
The draft strategic plan is a review of the 2016 document which had not factored in emerging threats.
Presentation of religion, for instance. We've come out clearly to say that people are misinterpreting religion and using in a certain way. So we want to dissect and say this is the true dimension.
There are no specific places you can say this is where the threat is. But the mapping out has been going on as to who is involved, where they are operating from, and the modus operandi, how they are doing it. So what we are doing is to sensitize the entire community.
After the validation process, the document will be forwarded to the National Security Council before it's launched by the President. Kamuche Menza for Prime Edition.